Bruno Mars is almost back. After a major run across Europe and the United Kingdom, the romantic tour is preparing to return to the United States, and the countdown to the next chapter is already underway. On August 21st, 2026, Bruno Mars will step onto the stage at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, officially launching the US leg of the tour's second half. And this comeback is not happening quietly. Bruno will return to one of the biggest stadium stages in the United States, with Anderson Paak performing as DJ P.We and RAYE joining the lineup. The combination immediately makes the MetLife Stadium opening night one of the most anticipated stops on the 2026 Bruno Mars tour. So, if you are a Bruno Mars fan, a Silk Sonic fan, a RAYE fan, or simply someone following the biggest concert tours of 2026, this is the moment to watch. Before we get into everything that makes the return so important, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell us in the comments. Are you ready for Bruno Mars to return to the US? Because after everything that happened during the European and UK chapter of the romantic tour, the next phase could feel very different. The official schedule confirms that Bruno Mars is set to perform at MetLife Stadium on August 21st, August 22nd, August 25th, and August 26th, giving New Jersey 4 nights of the romantic tour. The first show begins at 7 p.m., with doors scheduled to open earlier in the evening. The venue itself has described the 2026 tour as Bruno Mars' first full headlining stadium tour, and noted that the overall run spans nearly 40 shows across North America, Europe, and the UK. That detail alone changes the scale of this tour. This is not simply Bruno Mars returning to the concert circuit. This is Bruno Mars bringing a full stadium production to some of the largest venues in North America. And MetLife Stadium is the perfect place to begin that American comeback. Think about the atmosphere. Thousands upon thousands of fans arriving in East Rutherford. Bruno Mars songs playing throughout the venue. The lights going down. The crowd getting louder. Then, after months of touring across different countries, Bruno finally appears on an American stadium stage again. The anticipation has been building for weeks, and now the countdown is measured in days. The August 21st opening night is especially significant because it marks the beginning of the US portion of this next phase. The following nights on August 22nd, August 25th, and August 26th will keep the energy inside MetLife Stadium before the romantic tour moves forward to additional American cities. But there is another reason this opening weekend is attracting attention. Anderson Paak is part of it. For Bruno Mars fans, the name Anderson Paak immediately carries another layer of history. The two artists became one of modern R&B and pop music's most recognizable partnerships through Silk Sonic, the duo that delivered a throwback-inspired sound while becoming one of the biggest musical collaborations of the early 2020s. But at the romantic tour, fans are not simply getting another Silk Sonic reunion announcement. Anderson Paak is appearing as DJ P.We. That distinction matters. DJ P.We is Paak's vinyl DJ alter ego, a side of the artist built around his love for DJ culture, records, groove, and live musical energy. According to MetLife Stadium's official announcement, DJ P.We has performed at major events including the Met Gala, F1 Las Vegas, and Coachella. So when fans see DJ P.We connected to Bruno Mars Stadium Tour, they should not automatically expect a traditional Silk Sonic performance. What they can expect is another layer of musical personality before Bruno takes over the stage. And that is where the romantic tour becomes especially interesting, because Bruno Mars has always understood something that many stadium performers struggle with. A stadium concert is not just about the songs. It is about the entire experience. The entrance, the lighting, the band, the choreography, the audience interaction, the transitions, the anticipation, and the feeling that something special is happening in front of thousands of people at the exact same time. But there is another major name joining Bruno in New Jersey. RAYE. The British singer and songwriter has become one of the most distinctive voices in contemporary pop, soul, and jazz-influenced music. Her powerful vocals, emotional songwriting, and genre-blending style make her an intriguing addition to a Bruno Mars Stadium show. And this is where the lineup becomes even more interesting. Bruno Mars represents polished pop, funk, soul, R&B, and timeless showmanship. DJ P. brings the DJ culture and groove. RAYE brings a powerful contemporary vocal identity. 3 different musical personalities. 1 enormous stadium. And that combination could give the US return of the romantic tour a unique atmosphere from the very beginning of the night. Official ticket listings confirm Bruno Mars, RAYE, and DJ P. as the lineup for the August 21st MetLife Stadium performance. The same combination is listed for the August 22nd, August 25th, and August 26th shows. So this is not a one-night surprise. The collaboration of artists is part of the scheduled experience for the New Jersey opening run. And there is something else fans should pay attention to. The US schedule is not simply a short comeback before the tour disappears again. After MetLife Stadium, the romantic tour continues across major American cities. The tour is scheduled to move to Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Foxborough, Indianapolis, Tampa, New Orleans, Miami, San Antonio, Colorado, Los Angeles, Santa Clara, and Vancouver, among other stops. That means the August 21st show is essentially the opening signal for a much larger American stadium run. The countdown is ending in New Jersey, but the journey is only beginning. And for Bruno Mars, this American chapter arrives after an enormous international stretch. The European and UK portion of the romantic tour gave fans some unforgettable moments, major stadium performances, and plenty of visual surprises. From Madrid to Milan and London, Bruno continued to demonstrate why his live performances remain among the most talked about experiences in contemporary pop music. Now the question becomes simple. What changes when Bruno brings that show back home? That is where the curiosity begins. Because touring is never exactly the same from one continent to another. The energy changes. The venue changes. Even the way a performer interacts with the crowd can change. And when Bruno Mars walks onto the MetLife Stadium stage, the atmosphere could be completely different from what fans experienced during the European leg. Imagine the opening. The stadium lights begin to fade. The crowd realizes something is about to happen. The sound rises. The screens come alive. And suddenly, the anticipation transforms into one massive reaction. Bruno Mars is back in the United States. After months of international performances, the first American stadium night of this phase begins. That is the kind of moment concert footage will be replayed for years. But there is another reason fans should watch closely. The romantic tour is supporting a new era for Bruno Mars. After spending years associated with some of the biggest hits of his career, Bruno entered 2026 with a new chapter, including his solo album The Romantic and the renewed attention surrounding his latest music. That means this tour is not simply a nostalgia show. Fans are coming to hear the classics, of course. They want the songs that made Bruno Mars a global superstar. They want the moments that have become part of pop culture. They want the choreography, the live band, the guitar, the drums, the high notes, the dance breaks, and the crowd sing-alongs. But they are also watching a current Bruno Mars era unfold in real time. That combination is powerful. Old hits, new music, stadium production, and a performer who has spent years refining his live show. This is why the romantic tour has become one of the major concert stories of 2026. And now the American chapter is ready to begin. But stay with this story, because the most interesting part may not simply be who is performing with Bruno. It may be what the MetLife Stadium shows represent for the tour itself. For performances in one venue is a major statement. August 21st, August 22nd, August 25th, August 26th. For nights. For opportunities for Bruno Mars to reconnect with American audiences. And each night could produce its own viral moment. A surprise interaction, a special performance, a different outfit, a spontaneous moment with the crowd, a standout vocal, a memorable appearance from DJ P. Or perhaps a moment involving RAYE that fans were not expecting. That is the nature of a live Bruno Mars concert. Even when the setlist is known, the experience is never completely predictable. There is always room for something to happen, and that uncertainty is exactly what makes fans keep watching. Now zoom out for a second. The MetLife Stadium shows are happening in East Rutherford, New Jersey, just outside New York City. That makes this opening US stop particularly significant from a media perspective. New York and the surrounding region are one of the largest entertainment markets in the world. When Bruno Mars arrives at MetLife Stadium, the audience will not simply consist of local fans. People will travel. Fans will arrive from different states. International fans may make the trip. Music media will be watching. Concert photographers will be watching. Social media will be watching. And every major moment has the potential to spread across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and other platforms within minutes. That means the first night of the US return could become one of the most heavily discussed Bruno Mars concert events of the month. And then comes another question. Will Bruno change anything? After performing the same tour across different regions, artists often make adjustments. A transition can evolve. A song can receive a different arrangement. A visual can be updated. A wardrobe can change. A guest appearance can happen. A moment with the audience can become something entirely new. Nothing is guaranteed, and there is no official confirmation that Bruno will make major changes to the show. But that is exactly why fans will be watching. They know the tour, but they do not know exactly what August 21st will feel like until the lights go down. And there is one more element that makes this return especially exciting. Silk Sonic. Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak have already demonstrated that their musical chemistry can create enormous reactions. Now Anderson is returning to Bruno's touring world as DJ P.We. That does not mean a Silk Sonic reunion is confirmed. It is not. But simply having Anderson Paak in the building creates an obvious source of fan speculation. Could there be a special moment? Could Bruno and Anderson share the stage? Could fans hear something unexpected? At this point, those possibilities should remain possibilities, not facts. But the anticipation itself is part of the story. And if something does happen, the internet will be ready. One video clip could spread instantly. One unexpected interaction could dominate fan conversations. One performance could become the defining moment of opening night. That is the power of a stadium tour in the social media era. The concert ends, but the conversation continues, and Bruno Mars knows how to create those moments. From his iconic performances at award shows to his global tours and his work with Silk Sonic, Bruno has repeatedly shown an ability to turn live entertainment into something bigger than a standard concert. Now he gets another opportunity. MetLife Stadium. The US return of the romantic tour. Bruno Mars. RAYE. DJ P.We. And a stadium full of fans waiting for the first note. The countdown is almost over. For fans who have followed Bruno through the European and UK shows, this is the transition point. For American fans who have been waiting, this is the homecoming. And for anyone following the biggest concerts of 2026, this is a major date on the calendar. The official MetLife Stadium information confirms that Bruno Mars will perform 4 nights at the venue, beginning Friday, August 21st, with additional shows on August 22nd, August 25th, and August 26th. Ticketmaster and Live Nation also list RAYE and DJ P.We alongside Bruno for those MetLife dates. So the information is clear. The stage is booked. The dates are locked. The lineup is set. And now all that remains is the moment when the lights go down. This is where the story changes from anticipation to reality. The first American crowd will finally hear the opening notes. The first stadium roar will echo through East Rutherford. The first major clips will appear online. And the romantic tour will officially enter its next phase. Bruno Mars has already taken this tour around the world. Now he is bringing it back to the United States. And if the European and UK chapter showed anything, it is that Bruno's live performances can create moments that go far beyond the scheduled music. So remember the date, August 21st, 2026, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Bruno Mars is back. RAYE is on the lineup. DJ P.We is ready to bring his own energy. And the next chapter of the romantic tour is about to begin. The real question now is not whether Bruno Mars is coming back. We already know he is. The question is what will happen when he walks onto that stage. Because once those stadium lights go dark, everything changes. The countdown becomes a concert. The anticipation becomes noise. The speculation becomes reality. And Bruno Mars gets his first chance to show American audiences exactly what this next chapter of the romantic tour is going to look like. If you have been waiting for Bruno Mars to return to the United States, this is the moment. And if you are watching the MetLife Stadium shows, keep your eyes open, because the biggest moments may happen when nobody is expecting them. Bruno Mars is coming back. The romantic tour is entering its American chapter. And August 21st could be the night that sets the tone for everything that comes next. So, what are you expecting from Bruno Mars at MetLife Stadium? Will the US shows bring a new energy? Could Anderson Paak create a surprise moment as DJ P.We? How will RAYE's performance fit into the stadium experience? And what song do you think Bruno should use to create the biggest opening night reaction? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on Bruno Mars, the romantic tour, new performances, streaming milestones, collaborations, and the biggest moments from the 2026 music scene, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. The countdown has begun. August 21st is getting closer, and Bruno Mars is almost back on an American stadium stage. And now, as the final days of the break begin to disappear, attention is shifting toward one place: East Rutherford, New Jersey. MetLife Stadium is about to become the center of the Bruno Mars conversation once again. For fans who have followed the romantic tour from the beginning, the return to the United States represents much more than another group of concert dates. It is the next major chapter in a tour that has already created enormous anticipation around Bruno Mars' live performances in 2026. The European and UK shows gave fans a preview of what this era could look like inside massive stadiums. Now the American audience is getting its turn, and the timing could not be more interesting. Bruno Mars has had a short window between the international portion of the tour and the upcoming US dates. That break gives fans just enough time to wonder what might happen when he returns. Will the production remain exactly as it was? Will Bruno introduce changes? Will the set list evolve? Will the visual presentation receive an update? Or will the US shows simply continue the momentum created during the European and UK run? Those questions are currently part of the excitement surrounding the August 21st opening night. One thing, however, is already confirmed. The lineup is stacked. Bruno Mars will headline, with RAYE and Anderson Paak performing as DJ P.We. For Bruno fans, Anderson Paak's presence is naturally going to attract enormous attention. The Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak connection goes much deeper than a normal artist pairing. Their work together as Silk Sonic created a distinct musical identity built around funk, soul, R&B, vintage aesthetics, and extraordinary chemistry. But this time, the presentation is different. DJ P.We brings Anderson Paak into the night through a different musical role, emphasizing his passion for DJing and vinyl culture. That could make the atmosphere before Bruno's performance especially interesting. Instead of the audience simply waiting for the headliner, the entire stadium experience begins earlier. The music starts, the crowd settles in, the energy builds, and by the time Bruno Mars appears, the stadium has already been transformed into a giant celebration. Then there is RAYE. Her addition gives the opening US shows another dimension. RAYE has developed a reputation for combining modern pop with soul, jazz, R&B, and deeply personal songwriting. Her powerful voice gives her a very different artistic identity from Bruno Mars, which makes the pairing particularly intriguing. This is one of the things that makes major stadium tours exciting. The opening acts are not simply placeholders before the headline performance. They help establish the mood. They introduce another audience to a different artist. And sometimes they become one of the most memorable parts of the night. For Bruno Mars, having RAYE and DJ Pete on the same bill creates a musical journey that can move across different styles before the main show even begins. And then Bruno takes the stage. This is where the energy changes completely. The lights go down. The audience screams. The opening production begins. And suddenly, the thousands of people inside MetLife Stadium are focused on one performer, Bruno Mars. Over the years, Bruno has become known for building concerts around more than vocal performances. His shows combine live musicianship, choreography, visual production, crowd interaction, humor, and carefully designed transitions. That is why the word showman is so often associated with him. He does not simply perform a song. He creates a moment around it. And in a stadium environment, that becomes even more important. A song that already sounds huge through headphones can become completely different when tens of thousands of people sing it together. That is the magic Bruno has been chasing throughout his career. And the Romantic Tour provides another opportunity to deliver it. The US return also comes at a fascinating point in Bruno Mars' career. Bruno has spent more than a decade building one of the strongest catalogs in modern pop music. His biggest songs have crossed generations, genres, and borders. From Just the Way You Are to Grenade, from Locked Out of Heaven to When I Was Your Man, from Uptown Funk to 24K Magic, and from That's What I Like to Leave the Door Open. His catalog has become deeply connected to live entertainment. Then came Die With a Smile with Lady Gaga, adding another enormous chapter to his streaming and global music story. And now, in 2026, Bruno is presenting a new era through the Romantic. That creates an interesting balance. Fans are not walking into the stadium simply to hear a greatest hits collection. They are watching a current Bruno Mars era while simultaneously celebrating the songs that established his legacy. That is one of the biggest reasons the tour has attracted so much attention. It connects the past, present, and future of Bruno Mars in one massive live production. And when the US shows begin, that balance will be tested in front of some of the biggest crowds of the entire tour. There is another important factor: the internet. Concerts in 2026 do not end when the final song is played. They continue online. A few seconds of Bruno performing a classic can become a viral video. A new outfit can dominate fan pages. A surprise interaction can become a headline. A guest appearance can create millions of views. And the first night of the US leg is particularly likely to receive that kind of attention because everyone will be watching for signs of what has changed. Fans will compare the MetLife Stadium performances with footage from Madrid, Milan, London, and other international stops. They will analyze the set list. They will compare outfits. They will look for differences in choreography. They will watch the crowd reactions. And they will immediately share their favorite moments. That creates a second stage for Bruno Mars. The physical stadium is one stage. Social media is the other. And Bruno has become exceptionally effective at existing in both worlds. This is why the August 21st performance could become more than just another concert date. It could become the opening statement of the US chapter. The first impression matters. The first song matters. The opening visual matters. Even the first interaction between Bruno and the crowd can define the atmosphere for the entire night. Imagine thousands of fans hearing Bruno say that it feels good to be home. The reaction alone could be enormous. And that is the emotional element behind this return. After traveling internationally, the artist is coming back to the American market that helped establish his global career. There is a different kind of connection between Bruno and US audiences. Many of the songs fans are about to hear were originally released into the American music landscape before becoming global hits. Now those same songs are returning to massive stadiums in a completely different era. The young artist who once performed in smaller venues is now standing in front of enormous stadium crowds. That journey is part of the story, and MetLife Stadium is another chapter in it. But there is still one major question hanging over the opening night. What will Bruno do with the opportunity? A stadium tour gives an artist room to think bigger. The stage is larger. The lighting can be more dramatic. The screens can create cinematic visuals. The choreography can involve more performers. The live band can sound enormous. And Bruno's style naturally fits that environment. His music has rhythm. It has hooks. It has choreography. It has call and response moments. And most importantly, it has songs that people know by heart. That makes a Bruno Mars stadium concert almost like a giant communal sing-along. One person starts singing. Thousands join. The band continues. Bruno steps back. The audience takes over. Those moments are often among the most powerful parts of a concert. And when that happens at MetLife Stadium, the sound could be incredible. But there is another possibility fans will be watching closely. The unexpected. No official announcement confirms a special Silk Sonic performance at these shows, so fans should not treat that possibility as a confirmed event. However, the presence of Anderson Paak naturally makes people curious. Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak have already proven their chemistry on stage. Whenever their names appear together, fans immediately start asking the same question. Could they do something together? Again, nothing should be assumed, but the speculation itself shows just how strong their partnership remains in the minds of fans. If Bruno and Anderson were ever to share a moment during the US run, it would instantly become one of the most discussed clips of the tour. And that is exactly why fans will be watching every detail. Meanwhile, RAYE's presence adds another potential highlight. Her performance could introduce a different sound to Bruno's audience, while also placing her in front of thousands of people who may discover her music for the first time. That is one of the hidden benefits of major stadium tours. They create musical connections between artists and audiences. An opening act can leave a stadium with new fans. A headliner can introduce their audience to a different performer. And the result is a broader musical conversation. For the romantic tour, that conversation begins in New Jersey. The countdown is now entering its final stage. The break is almost over. The equipment will soon be in place. The crew will prepare the massive production. The musicians will rehearse. The opening acts will prepare their sets. And somewhere inside all of that preparation, Bruno Mars will be getting ready for the moment when he walks back onto an American stadium stage. That moment will arrive on August 21st. And once it does, the US chapter of the romantic tour will officially be underway. From there, the tour will continue moving across the country. Each city will bring a new crowd. Each stadium will create a different atmosphere. Each performance will have the potential for its own unforgettable moment. But MetLife will always have one distinction. It is where the US second half begins. It is the opening chapter of the American return. And that makes August 21st a date Bruno Mars fans will not want to forget. The international journey created the momentum. Now the United States gets to experience it. The romantic tour is coming back. Bruno Mars is ready. DJ P.We is part of the opening lineup. RAYE is joining the celebration. And thousands of fans are preparing to fill MetLife Stadium. The question is no longer whether the return is happening. It is how big the first night will feel. Because when those stadium lights finally go dark, the waiting will be over. The first beat will hit. The crowd will erupt. And Bruno Mars will once again take control of the stage. This is the beginning of the next chapter. And if the European and UK shows were any indication, fans should expect a night built around music, performance, energy, and moments that will live far beyond the stadium itself. August 21st is approaching fast. The romantic tour is returning to America. And Bruno Mars is about to remind everyone why his live performances remain